their podcast studio.
I'm surprised.
One Piece. I brought the equipment. I got rid of my drip just so I can carry all these mixers and all of my try hard microphones and Sennheisers and stands and stuff like that. Justin is definitely proof of the war room. I did not know how much he was involved in there, but speaking to him behind the scenes, it's definitely proof that it's beneficial.
Bam. And then just can you introduce yourself to the people real quick?
Yep, Justin Waller. You can find me on YouTube at JWALLER, on Instagram at JWALLER07. And again, yes, if you do want to join the war room in any capacity, you need to get in touch with me directly within the next 48 hours.
Bam. So, all right, guys. So today's episode, man, we're going to be talking about becoming, the secrets of becoming a millionaire. And one of them, man, undisputed, guys, is you got to have a strong network behind you. I can't even tell you guys the importance of having, because to get your money right, you need to get around people that have the right mindset. And to get around people that have the right mindset, a lot of the times you have to get yourself around people through whether it's groups, whether it's a Facebook group, a coaching mentorship, some type of tribe where you guys all have aligned goals and you guys are all chasing the same thing. And if it's, financial success, freedom, etc., that is what you need to align yourself with. I always say, if you hang out with a group of millionaires, you hang out with 5 millionaires, you're going to be the 6th. And I don't think people understand the importance of that.
And people may not know what they want to do with their lives yet. However, if you're with people that you surround yourself with, you may find out what they do. As a result, you may want to do it as well. So my thing is getting strong groups of people that are doing stuff productive. You may find out what you want to do eventually through them doing what they do. So that's what I would say.
So what's your take on this, Justin, as far as, becoming a millionaire, some of the secrets?
Yeah, so first, obviously, you want to educate yourself. You can do that through books. You can do that through YouTubes. But at some point, you have to pay to put yourself in a room with other like-minded people that also pay to be in that room. I often say this. There was a story one time where my operations manager, she asked me, she goes, Justin, don't you think you've paid to go enough of these events? And I said, you don't understand. I might learn 1 or 2 things. I might not learn anything, but what I can't replace is paying to be in the room with other like-minded people that also pay to be in that room. So it gets rid of a lot of bullshit when you're able to pay to be in a room full of people that also can pay to be in that room, because it excludes the people that you don't need so you can get in a room where the cream is risen. So very, very important to network. Obviously, you want to educate yourself so you can make money. Once you educate yourself in a place that you can make money, then you want to pay to be in the room with other people you can network with. And that's when your net worth really starts to grow.
I think your high school friends are going to hold you back, and you need to. Some people in the chat are saying, like, why would you pay to go be in these rooms? But this is the place where you're going to find like-minded people. It's online,
Exactly.
It's in these communities, it's in group chats. It's been beneficial for me. That's where I've met all the people that I've networked with and that I work with on a regular basis now. And I know I'm the only non-millionaire here, but I'm well on the way. And Tristan's going to definitely throw me a party when I get there. But
you're right there.
Because of that, because of these networks and because of people I've met online through like-minded people, not just staying to the same community that I've met since I was maybe 12, that's how I've been able to 10x my income, is through online communities. It's really real. And the more that people hold it back and the more people talk down on it, the more you're really wasting the opportunities that are right in front of you. You need to get in these rooms. You need to get in places where you can meet an online community full of people that are on the same page as you.
Bam.
Well said.
So I'll go ahead and hit some of these chats real quick, guys. We got Rod Eric here, goes, winners win, hashtag 1000, Tristan Slew CEO gang. Yep, shout out to Tristan, guys. He's recovering. He feels better now. So shout out to that immune system. We got Nathan, $2 goes, blessed to be young, getting this info from 4 goats. Yeah, bro. I mean, guys, I wish I had this type of information when I was your age, man. I definitely didn't have access to this type of stuff. I mean, yeah. I mean, when you were growing up, Justin, do you have, how'd you get this type of information? I mean, me and you were kind of from the same era, but how'd you get it?
No, man, you didn't. I mean, first of all, you had to read a book hardback, like old school wise.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, I was a junior in college. We were going to play Arkansas. I read it on the bus, and then YouTube came out and I started getting information through that. And then the world has absolutely changed in the last 10 years. You can actually not only find out about ways to get more consciousness, more education on how to grow yourself, but you can actually be in touch with these people now, which I feel like has changed a lot in the last few years with the groups, man. So networking is more, how do I say this? It's more available than it has ever been. And it's the biggest gift that any young man could ever have. And whether you know it or not, you must figure out how to take advantage of it.
Okay, cool. And then we got here, Miss MFR, $10 goes, my biggest inspiration is doing God's work. Love y'all, boys. Thank you so much, my friend. And then we got Michael Mistro goes, $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Like I said, every little bit helps. Appreciate you guys. And then we got Sam Pissut 937. Bring back who I smoke when you castle bimbos. I don't know if people are going to still know at this point. Smokey D. Yusuf goes, if she catch me cheating, I will never tell her sorry. Absolutely never
Monkey.
apologize to women, guys.
Monkey.
Oh, Monkey Yusuf, sorry. Michael Me Stroke, super sticker, $2. Thank you so much. And guys, bear with me here, man. I'm doing a bunch of things behind the scenes for y'all. So thank you for being patient.
He is.
Enos Karasian goes, hello from Turkey. Shout out to Turkey, man. And then we also got, let's see here. I'm going to turn it to Sneako. Ethan Lenhart goes, good evening, gentlemen. I'm 21. I have been married 10 months. I have realized that I cannot become the man I was to become while married to this woman. Any advice to be appreciated? Also, Myron, how accurate is Sicario? It's not accurate at all because the FBI doesn't really investigate cartel crime like that. I mean, they do every now and then, bro, but it's really HSI that takes the lead when it comes to transnational criminal organizations. Guys, what are your thoughts on this, man? And guys, we're going to be doing a lot of Q&A on this stream. So, get your good questions in, and we want to make sure that we help y'all out.
What do we think about someone getting married and not finding the right community?
Yeah, basically right here.
Yeah,
you said that
it's a waste of time and it's going to hold you back. The time that you spend is the most important, and you need to really prioritize that. That's something I've realized, and something that I've been able to really 10x my income in the past 3 months. It's from information like this. People in the chat are saying right now, I went from watching Tate's videos to being in the Tate studio. And that's because I've been putting myself in the right situations. I've been putting myself around the right people, spreading the right message. And it's really proof that if you put out the correct energy, then it comes back to you. So if you're spending time with a woman in a marriage that's holding you back and you're wasting your time, you're having arguments, she's nagging you, she's draining your energy, then you're not going to become rich. You really need to prioritize your time. That's something that I've really realized in the past 3 months. And that's why the next time you see this podcast, maybe in like 6 months, I will be a multimillionaire.
Bam. Any other thoughts on this question here, guys? He said he basically had to get away from the girl because he couldn't grow with her.
Well, I actually was in that scenario myself, and I married a single mom, like I said before, and I thought I was holding me back because once again, I was stepped down once again, and I was taking care of a kid that wasn't mine. My energy went towards that, being a good husband, so to speak. And you know what? I can't say America to be successful. And I had to realize, if I keep down this path, I'm not going to be where I want to be. So I had to swallow a hard pill. One day I was coming home from work, turned on YouTube, found Tom Likas, found King Richards, found Solo TV 84, Rolo as well, and like those videos changed my life because I said, you know what, I'm not where I want to be. How do I change? And the best thing I could do was break up with her, and I had to. So I went home that day, broke up with her, and because of that event that happened where I broke up with her, now I'm here today. So, guys, at some point you gotta realize that put yourself first. If you don't put yourself first, you can't win.
Yeah. Justin, anything on that? Or
no, man, that's it. If you can't put yourself first, she's not going to respect you anyway, man. I would not allow the fact that you're married to dictate how you feel about how you act and move, though. Whether you're married or not married or whatever, if you're holding your frame correctly, you need to be able to do whatever the hell you want. So I would just take a check on your frame and making sure you're the kind of man that she wants to get behind in the first place before you just absolutely blame that marriage. I'm not for marriage personally in regards to doing it legally and bringing the state into it, but I do believe in love. So make sure that your frame is correct because it sounds like you have a woman that's not in line with what you're trying to do. So she needs to get on the fucking bus. Make sure you're driving the damn bus, bro.
Yeah. We got here RR8, $10. What's up, y'all? Have any of you been to Bulgaria before? If you have been there, did you like it? Never been, my friend. And then we got Brett Boev, $10. Thank you so much. And then we got Leaks 5. Justin Jordan Welch did a heat piece on the War Room. His video was posted one after Tristan's interview. FNF, he joined in bad faith and was trying to expose Tate's. Your thoughts? No comment. No, go ahead, Justin. I don't have a comment on it.
I saw it. By the time I had sent it to Luke, he was already safe. There's nothing really to say, man. So
I found it distasteful, bro. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, not all content is good content, guys. Michael Meestroke, $1. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And then we got here. Let's see. And thank you guys so much. We got Ed Person, $20. I need everyone to press like right now. We got Sneako and Justin, so this is going to be a legendary episode. Matter of fact, can you guys talk about how y'all met and the importance of networking and how we were able to bridge this gap?
I'm proof of that. And I see people in the chat, and I've been reading, just looking online chronically. I know a lot of you tell me not to engage in these haters and stuff like that, but it's really opened up my mind to why people become losers instead of winners. I met Justin at Vendome at the club maybe 2 weeks ago in Miami. I was going out with Fresh, and then I met him. So I'm a fan of Justin. I've seen his videos. I've seen his appearances on emergency meetings. And one thing I've realized, and I want to say this for the younger people watching this and the people who are making excuses and the people who like to say that it's luck, it's really about the mindset you have and the mentality you have in order to become a millionaire. That's the number one thing that I've realized can shift somebody from becoming a brokey into a multimillionaire. It's just accepting the fact that you need to be accountable for your own actions. You need to put yourself in the right situations. You need to put out the right energy. It's really just a mentality shift. And I think all multimillionaires that I've met personally, I know you guys will agree with that. It's just about how you switch and where you prioritize your time and who you surround yourself with.
Bam.
Well said.
We got Kratos RD goes, where do I meet quality people? I'm 18 living in Central Florida. Sneako said I gotta add value to other people. So I took on cutting hair and learning fast.
Yeah, you have to have that value and you need to not make excuses. A lot of people spend time coping on the internet, writing paragraphs, writing essays, and investing their energy into negative things, into blaming other outside circumstances instead of taking accountability and saying, okay, it's really up to me. You can't be a crybaby. You can't blame it on other people. You can't be jealous. You can't be a hater. You are not going to succeed. If you're going to hate, if you're going to be sad, if you're going to blame it on something else, you just won't succeed. So it's up to you to decide, okay, what do I have to do to get to the next step? And once you realize that it's up to you to add value to the world and to be around the right people and to put out positive energy, you will succeed. It's really that simple. And I'm proof of that. 3 months ago, I was just watching these videos. I watched so many of these videos in this exact studio, and now I'm sitting here in this seat because I applied myself properly. I put out the correct energy. I talked to the right people, and people realized that I added value to the world. It's really that simple.
And very good point. He asked, what do you mean quality people? So what does Nico do? He watched videos, took in information, and applied it. By applying that information, he found himself in the same room. So you don't have to, you might have to meet him in person, but just being able to take in that information, watch the video, you might meet him in person after. So makes sense.
Yeah, all the information, but before you continue, all the information that you need in order to become a multimillionaire is online.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to school. It's not this secret formula. It's not a secret crypto that you need to sign up to or this. It's really just about ingesting the right information, learning how you could become valuable and becoming different than other people, adding something to the world that nobody else can add, becoming unique, and then you will succeed. If you can apply that and you realize that, that's the red pill for a lot of people is deciding like, okay, I need to do something different than other people. I need to be unique. I need to become valuable. And when you do, you will succeed.
Man, do you have anything just to add to that?
Yeah, I was just saying, understand where you are on the totem pole, man. Like for example, two things. For him, you're not going to become a millionaire cutting hair, and I say that with love. So you need to learn you need to learn how to own that fucking studio, bro. So if you want to be a technician and cut hair, that is absolutely fine. But if you really want to create value for other people that cut hair and make them rent chairs from you, bro.
Yeah.
Because you are not going to become a millionaire giving people fades.
Yeah.
Number two, in regards to understand where you are, one thing that I have to give Sneako a lot of credit for, the first thing he said to me, look me dead in the eyes, I watch your content. I really respect you. I'm really glad to meet you. When I was coming up, that was something I feel like I was very, very good at. And I have to give you credit for how respectful and how straight up honest you are with everybody in the space, man. And I think that's got you a long way. It makes it super easy to respect you back. So big shout out
to how to put your ego to the side. A lot of people, they have a lot of self-esteem, they have a lot of ideas, and once they take the red pill, they realize that they want to add value to the world, they immediately assume that they are valuable instead of adding that, and they don't know how to separate their ego. So me saying that to you, like, I respect you, I watch your videos, you've inspired me. A lot of people won't put themselves in that situation because you'll be the little bro. You don't want to become less than somebody else, or you don't want to feel worthless, but you need to you need exactly what you said. You need to realize where you are on the totem pole. I realize where I am and what value I add. You need to be honest with yourself. And that's something that a lot of people aren't able to do. And I think it's because of social media. I think it's because of how everybody is always putting up an image of how important they are. If you let go of that and stop playing Sims with Instagram, you'll succeed.
It's also very much a sign of intelligence for somebody that allows themselves to do that. So.
My HU membership was canceled because I went broke right after I was billed. I tried to resign, but couldn't. JWALLER, can you help me out? It was right before payday.
Yeah, send me a message tonight on Instagram, JWALLER07.
Yeah. Okay, see, and guys, we already got 6,600 of y'all, 6,700 of y'all in here. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and take 20 and up from this point forward so we can make sure that we get as many of these things answered. We want to give you guys kind of like a rudimentary background on why it's important, what you need to, really make money in this day and age. But we want to get as many of these questions answered and want to make sure that the quality of the questions is high. Because, typically the more guys pay, the better the questions are and the more you guys get value out of the questions. So we got here from this point forward. So I'll read these ones that came in. OKC Thunder. And guys, sorry, it's a little warm in here. So if you see a sweat or whatever, yeah. It goes here, but we love y'all. That's what we're doing. It's literally 3 a.m. in the morning, almost 3 o'clock in the morning here in Romania. Man, we're making this happen.
Came right from Miami, 12 hours, no sleep. I'm in here doing a podcast. I read the chats.
Yeah, man. I slept about 2-3 hours myself. So 23 from Canada. I need to leave this fallen society ASAP. Thanks for being an example, boys. Yeah, guys, I don't think you guys understand the importance of getting the hell out of a state or country or location where taxes are high or that eats into your money. The thing is, it's already hard enough to make money, and you don't want the government sitting there taking a bunch from you, like without them earning it or them giving you some kind of value. And if you live in a place like California, Canada, New York, these states that have a lot of high taxes or countries that have a lot of high taxes, you need to figure out a way to get the hell out of there and go places where you're going to be able to save more of the money that you actually bust your ass to earn. Places like Vermont, Florida, Texas, Nevada, etc. These states that don't have income taxes are going to save you thousands upon thousands of dollars, guys. All right, so that's what you want to do. You guys have anything? No.
Just leave your comfort zone, man.
Yeah, and also helps you getting out of your comfort zone is extremely important as a man.
Have to.
Yeah. Light up the church chilies. Thank you so much. Do you guys have any you use any pre-workout protein shakes or any sort of supplements for your workout routines? Just caffeine for me. What about you, Justin?
Yep. Coffee black, man.
Yep. There you go. Keep it nice and simple, man.
Why'd you skip me?
Do you even lift?
Oh, Bob,
Go ahead. What do you
You just hit me with the "Do you even lift?" Okay, nice.
Finally caught alive since you guys have been across the water. I got you, my friend. And we got some heat planned for y'all this week, by the way, too, guys. I know you guys have been asking a lot about Andrew. Don't worry. We got some things coming. Love the content. Strong Bags 116. Appreciate that. And then Groove, Killer Music. Cool. And then I think from this point forward, this was the last one. We're going to go 20 and up from here. We got RP Aware, $5 Sneako. Went from letting people have their way with his girlfriend in front of him to hanging with millionaires. Let's read that one. Okay, then we got $50.
Spell my name wrong.
Clinton goes, Sneako, can you talk more about the Creativity Kit? Shout out to FNF and JWALLER. Sure.
Creativity Kit is a like-minded community. It's full of people that want to learn how to edit. I just found somebody an editing job. Shout out to Steph is Cold. He's one of the OGs in the Red Pill space. He hit me up asking for an editor. And we have 3 calls a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4 p.m. There's a whole course on there for me and my editor about how to make money online, not just in front of the camera talking to it, but also from behind the scenes, learning the algorithm, learning how to add value to the world, because there's so much money to be made on social media. And I'm sure that you know that from people in the war room.
Yeah. And then we got Aman Gazi here. So thank you so much for $100 goes. Myron, good to hear your voice back. Shout out to the 4 gents. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was tough the other day.
We gave him a cigar break, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And then we got here also, we got Sirkin, or Irsalon. I see Sneako part of the next generation holding the flame. Keep it up, bro. Yeah, bro. You want to tell them real quick about all the young people that came up to you today while we're walking around in
so many.
Yeah, I am the voice of Gen Z for the Red Pill. I want to connect with them. I think Myron and Fresh and Fit, a lot of you guys connect to like the 28-year-olds, the 30-year-olds, and you're honest about that. A lot of those people probably agree with a lot of the Red Pill and what you're saying, but it's a little bit too late for them to change. And so I want to be that liaison from like the facts, Myron. He's here setting up the cameras, getting it really, like everything is so focused on me. I'm just like kind of that the speed, just turn on my Blue Yeti mic, put a camera on and yell for like 5 hours. That's what I do. And that's how I know how to connect to Gen Z. So I want to wake people up before it's too late and before they get sucked into a marriage that is holding them back or they get into a job that they don't really want to be in. I would like to wake as many people up as possible. And I know that it's difficult. And even a lot of people will tell me that it's not worth saying this information. It's not worth, you should just live your life, make money and have fun. But my purpose, I think, is to bring a lot of people with me because I understand what it takes to get there. I understand that it's a mentality shift and I want to spread that message.
All right, cool. Monarchist one goes $20. A question, guys. What is a really good response to the typical "who hurt you" argument girls always bring up when pointing out patterns that keep showing up? Also, Sneako, we should collab. I'm Mexican and we kind of look like hilarious, bro.
Stupid.
So, yo, Monarchist one, number one, don't be stupid and argue with girls, bro. That's the dumbest thing you could do. Like, what? All right, I'm just gonna tell you guys this, man. I argue with the girls on the podcast for your guys' entertainment. You should not be sitting there arguing with women, bro. They don't live in a logical world. They don't live in reality a lot of times. And quite frankly, a lot of them are fucking delusional. So arguing with women 9 out of 10 times is pointless. They're not capable of rational thought to the level that we are, okay? So arguing with girls is only going to give you a headache, make you lose hair like you see me doing, and then do what? Take you away from your purpose, which is going to take you away from becoming a fucking millionaire. When you're arguing with girls, what you're basically doing is saying we're on the same fucking level. And if you're on your shit, you shouldn't be on the same level as no fucking chick. That's the reality. We don't argue with women over here. We don't negotiate with terrorists. That's how it goes. Are you going to collab with the guy, though? Mexican?
No.
Okay, fantastic. Paul Costinas, $100. Guys, as it relates to being successful, don't forget the importance of being able to execute your plan. All the info is good, but you need to be able to execute, which is why Donald Trump is still the right choice. Yeah, I mean, Here's another thing too about this space that I really dislike. A lot of guys like, watch this kind of content and they don't actually take action and improve. Yo, if we could sit here and tell you guys all the time, yo, you need to get a good network around you. You need to get a side hustle. You need to go ahead and get in the gym. You need to take care of yourself and actually like not look like a fucking slob. Your appearance doesn't matter. You need to, you need to be consistent over time, etc. But a lot of you guys watch this shit, goes in one ear out the other, and you don't apply it. You have to apply what we're telling you, man. With anything in life, And a lot of the times, this is why it's so important for you to pay to get into groups. I tell you guys my come up story. I joined Brandon Carter's high ticket trainer program. And when I joined, this is back in like 2018, 2019, I paid a significant amount of money for me back then. And, there's a couple of thousands of dollars. And what it forced me to do was it forced me to pay attention. When you pay money, it inevitably forces you to do what? Pay attention. When you pay attention, you start taking more seriously. When you take it more seriously, you're more consistent. When you're more consistent, you end up taking actions that are going to put you in a position to be successful. Okay. But if you go ahead and just in one ear out the other, or you don't pay for it, or you got some guy giving you advice, etc., it's human psychology. You're not going to take it fucking seriously, which again, why it's so important to put yourself around people that are like-minded, that are going to push you. Can you talk about that a little bit in the war? You guys are kicking out people left and right all the time for this shit.
So people do get kicked out, but most of the time it's just because they're being dickheads.
Exactly. Yeah.
The true reason that you want to pay attention in the war room, the reason people do pay attention in the war room, is because people are forging fire on you, man. You have to turn up. It's just like anything else. Like if I see you working out and I see you winning, am I not going to turn up and work out also?
Yeah.
So you're throwing yourself into a fire, into an atmosphere that's going to force you to not only have to perform, but want to perform, because you don't want to be left behind. If all 5 of us are racing, the slowest one is going to try to run a little bit harder, and you're going to run just a little bit slower than somebody that's faster than you. But the net effect of that is a W. So if you're hanging out with friends at home and they're not pushing themselves to be great, like the guys in the war room are, then you're going to live your life in that realm of society. But if you join the war room and you put yourself around guys that are getting second passports, that are starting online businesses, that are doing things to raise themselves in society, then you have no other choice but to win. And so sometimes your willpower can be manipulated by you forcing yourself into an uncomfortable situation, and a situation that'll make you better altogether. And that is the war room.
Back in 1984, a famous movie came out, guys. It's called Scarface, okay? And in that movie, Al Pacino famously said, "All I have in this world is my balls and my word." And what he meant by that is your word means something as a man. There's a reason why the phrase, "I'm a man of my word" and not "I'm a woman of my word" is a thing. It's because as a man, you are held to a different standard. Your word is supposed to mean something. And if you say you're going to do something, or you try to strive to do something, you must do it, because we don't get the privilege of being fucking mediocre over here. Again, guys, today's day and age, what is proven is that a girl can post pictures on fucking, on pictures on Instagram, feet pictures, etc., make 10K a month. None of you motherfuckers are going to make 10K a month selling feet pictures, even if you're a Chad, okay? I tried with Justin. It ain't work, all right? And I'm telling y'all, bro, you don't have a fucking choice. Mediocrity is only accepted as a woman. Only women can sit there and procrastinate all fucking day and still make money to some degree and or do something with their lives. And they don't even have to really work that hard. Look at all these ETHOS that are running around making a bunch of fucking money, and they're doing it off of some bullshit, to be honest with you. And that's the truth. And I'm not saying that to hate or whatever it may be. But what I am saying is that a woman can make a significant amount of money being mediocre, because she could still find a rich guy to take care of her. She could still monetize her sexuality in today's internet world. You can't fucking do that. And that's the cold hard truth. Any guy that you see on Instagram with 10K, 100K, million followers on Instagram, he probably provides, no, not even probably, I know he provides value to some degree, because he can't sit there and monetize his sexuality like a woman can. And that's the reality. You cannot be mediocre as a man. Only women are afforded that privilege. Anything on you guys?
I'll just add one point as well. So I think guys suffer from something that I suffer from as well. It's just procrastination. And for me personally, like, I had to leave my home because my mom, I love her to death, she called on me. It was kind of like, whatever I wanted, she provided for me.
Stupid.
For me. It was like, I couldn't grow to be a man. I had to leave my comfort zone, which is my home in Barbados, come to a different country altogether and struggle by myself. But that pressure, that situation of me not having that fall back on from my mom pushed me to move forward myself. So I think most guys, they think it's kind of like get out of the comfort zone, go to a new area, a new experience. They'll say, damn, if I don't perform, I'm going to fail. And at that point, you got to perform.
Yep. Absolutely, man. I say all the time, man, some of the guys that have the best chance in life are the ones that grow up with nothing, because you can get comfortable and not having a safety net. And when you don't have a safety net, in my life, man, that's when I feel the most alive. when I actually have nobody to catch me, because then it's all on me. And I want the motherfucking ball, bro. Give me the rock, dude. If it's game 7 and somebody's going to shoot the fucking ball in my life, guess what, motherfucker? It is me. And if you can't say that for yourself, you need to go look in the fucking mirror now.
Yeah.
If you want to pass the ball to somebody else to shoot, you are putting yourself in a position where you have no control over your situation. And that means in some way you do not trust yourself to shoot that fucking ball. Make for goddamn sure you're the one shooting that ball. And if you don't want it, you need to figure the fuck out why, and you need to do it fast.
Well said.
Or join a community where with someone that you can trust to shoot the ball for you. You know what I mean?
Or somebody to show you how to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
And to force you to shoot the ball. Because when you join the war room, nobody's going to give you money, but they're going to slap you in the fucking face with ways how and expect that you do it. So you turn up in real life and we're smoking cigars, drinking whiskey, hanging off the side of a yacht in Dubai. And if you're not about making yourself better, then you need to go somewhere in one of those rooms where you get fucking coddled like a little bitch. But guess what? We still all those other groups' girlfriends. So you need to get your shit together and get in the fucking war room. The end.
Luis Borrego, $20. Hey guys, if I am making 100K, 200K gross, but paying myself 30K and my brother 30K and our operating is 160K, how do we evaluate myself as a high value on the income side? Do I use my gross or my net? I mean, there's so many different answers to this. Here's the thing, bro. Are you asking like, how do I value myself as a high value man? Or are you saying as far as like, how do I value myself as far as like what my income is? I mean, I typically go off of net, but it really comes down to you and your lifestyle. So, I mean, what are y'all thoughts on that?
I'll say net, bro. At this point, because it's too vague. I can't.
Yeah, I would say net, man. Net, it's always going to be net, man.
Yeah.
I don't care how much fucking revenue you do. You could run it up to 99% cost and make no damn money. And so, unless both of you are doing around 200 net, which means that you need to up that, then I would say no.
Sneako, this is a good question. I mean,
Honestly, you said, what's the best way to gain viewers via streaming? And it's complete transparency with your life and everything like that. So you see people in the chat there, they talk down on me too, but I'm able to be completely transparent. I talk about everything, and I've taken L's. I've talked about mistakes I've made, and I've talked about how I've gotten rid of the brainwashing and realized that the power that we have as men. Men are able to take control of situations. Men are able to make decisions. Men are able to take risks. Men are able to improve more than a woman is capable of. And when you realize that, then you could really reach your max potential. So the best way to gain viewers as a streamer is to realize that people are going to make fun of you. You're going to get an L spam once in a while. You're going to look stupid. You are going to make mistakes because humans are inherently flawed. And it's different. My stream is different from a stream like this because it's not just giving straight up advice. I like to follow the motto that you should seek truth through funny. And so I always try to find the funniest thing. And that's why people talk about the stuff they talk about, because I've always felt that being completely honest and transparent is how you get to the truth, and is how you hold yourself accountable, and is how you improve. If people aren't roasting you, if people aren't making fun of you, then you're not going to fix the cracks that you have in your life.
Bam. I have to agree with Sneako all about mindset. Biggie Smalls rapped about it in Juicy. I became a millionaire by 38, and now I'm 40. Plus, when you become a millionaire, you also wake up. Ego is the enemy. Respect, boys. Yeah. I mean, you got to put your ego to the side. I mean, hell, I'll tell you guys right now a quick little story right before we had the show. Me and Sneako were discussing thumbnails. He criticized our thumbnails, saying, hey, you guys should probably, do this and this and this. This has been working out really well for me. I could be a dickhead and be like, fuck you. We don't sit here and try to find truth and funny, asshole. Fuck you, you asshole. You're 23 years old. You don't know shit about life. You have a really bad sunglasses and your watch sucks. I don't fucking know. I could have said anything. But what I said, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's try it. And that's what you really got to be able to put your ego to the side and learn from other people, regardless if they're younger than you or whatever it may be. If they give good advice, regardless of who it comes from. Okay, guys? So too many people a lot of times are fixated on who's delivering the message versus the message itself. It doesn't matter if I say 1 + 1 is 2 or a mathematician says 1 + 1 is 2. If it's valid advice, it's valid advice. If it's a fact, it's a fact. So we need to look at the content of the information versus who the information is coming from. And we have a very bad habit of doing that. That's a female fucking trait, actually, to go ahead and say, well, are you talking about all this advice about women? Like, do you have a girlfriend? Listen, you dumb bitch.
Stupid.
I don't have to have a girlfriend to evaluate and tell you that modern day women in general are fucking trash. And if you guys want to go ahead and hit me with the misogyny button, fantastic. But the reality is most women are unmarriageable. Most women are not worthy of your time. And quite frankly, we want you guys to make the money so that you can go ahead, look at these girls dead in the eye and be like, you're not good enough for me. And she's still going to suck your dick after. That's what happens when you have power. I'll tell you guys this, being here with Tristan Tate, hanging out with these guys. When you have your shit together, women will accept ridiculous things from you that they would never think about. Okay. And that's the truth. I mean, hell, we experienced some shit right before the show, but I ain't gonna get into the details there. But you got to be a fucking winner, guys. I can't stress this enough. You must be a winner.
The shit I've seen Tristan do, bro, I'm shocked. Justin, you too as well, bro. Like, dude, friggin' top G's, bro. Holy shit.
Listen, the rules that you believe exist in life for men are only there to control you until you get strong enough to break those rules.
Bam.
The end.
Marco. James RL, $9 goes, I'm 16, making $850 a month and planning to start a marketing agency. Do you G's think I'm a good position to become successful? A marketing agency, bro, you're going to need some capital, run ads and all that other stuff. It's not an easy profession. What are your thoughts on that, guys?
16 is ahead of most people his age.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, I say do it and make all the mistakes. And if it doesn't succeed, you'll take those mistakes to the next business.
The good thing is you're going to get experience. So with that experience, you can go into other avenues as well.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So we got here Josiah Massey goes, you guys inspired me to pull the trigger on my online business. Much love. Scared money. Don't make no money. I promise I'm going to meet y'all one day. There you go, my friend. I mean, Sneako did it, right? He was making videos on the Tates and reacting to them. Now he's here in the studio. Harry Dozier goes, $20. I've called into the show once and I took Myron's advice. I'm the non-athlete. Now I have college opportunities. I work at a restaurant and want to make more money. What is something I could do? I'm also 18 years old. Dude, if you're in college and you're a Division I athlete, and I want Justin to talk on this too, you probably want to focus on your sport, bro, because that right there is going to save you money, tens of thousands, especially if you're going to a more expensive school. What are your thoughts on that, Justin?
Yeah, man.
Getting a job with a D1 athlete.
If you're a D1 athlete, man, you already have a fucking job, unless they're not paying for your school. So you need to pick one or the other. If they're paying for your school, man, you need to make sure that you're spending time with the tutors, making sure you're passing those fucking classes so you stay eligible.
Yeah, facts.
Outside of that, if you're not going to play sports, then you maybe could get a job. But I would advise you to keep playing ball and let them pay for your school. That is a full-time job. Anybody thinks that a young man that is playing ball for a school didn't earn his education has no clue what's going on in that world, because that is a fucking business in every level, especially football, basketball, baseball. Those sports, man, they drive schools. So I'd say keep playing ball and make sure you stay eligible and on track to graduate so that school stays free.
Bam. Myron, you have no ceiling. Props to you. My 19-year-old kid watches with me and loves the show. Sneako, you already move like a millionaire, bro. Love the JWALLER Fresh. Y'all motherfuckers changing things. 5%er and climbing late. Yeah, man, that's what it's about, guys. It's about helping you guys become the best version of yourself. We got here, and bear with me, guys. I'm producing, trying to talk, everything else. Man, I got my voice back recently. Oh, dude, it was really bad the other day, man. Hanging out with these guys bad for my health. We got Ricardo Hidalgo, $20 goes, I have about 10K in debt, mostly student loans, and about 15K invested in stocks and crypto. Should I sell some of my investments to pay off debt or just continue to pay off slowly? I appreciate all the valuable content.
I would pay off slowly. To only pay as much as you can without increasing your interest. I wouldn't go pay that off all at once because that money could be very useful right now.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks is that he has student debt, man. Which student debt, guys, you ain't never gonna get rid of that. You can't bankrupt yourself out of student loan debt. What are your thoughts on this, Justin?
Go start a business. See if you can get a business line of credit. It'll probably give you prime +2, which is going to be substantially better than whatever the school loan interest is. The cost of money will go down. Go start a business, get a couple contracts, get a couple customers, and then go start a business line of credit. And like I said, prime +2. So let's say you get in at 6%. That's a lot better than 15.
Yeah.
I would say pay it off first, because let's say you have debt, right? And then when you make, you're not only making because you still have debt. So until you pay off that debt, you're still negative. So my thing is pay off the debt first. That way, when you make money, you actually make a profit rather than still being in debt.
Yeah. Guys, student loan debt is tricky, man, because it's you can't really get rid of it. You can't declare bankruptcy and get rid of it. There's no way around it, really. So with student loan debt, this is why it's so intelligent to, when you go to school, guys, I don't want to say college is a scam, even though a lot of times it is a scam. But if you're majoring in something that's actually going to make you money, it's a very good investment. But if you're going to school for some bullshit, whatever, you're better off not going at all. You're better off going ahead and starting a business, being an entrepreneur. A lot of the entrepreneurs I know don't even have a college degree, to be honest with you. And
also, you can't be free if you're financially in debt, bro. Like, real talk. Like, here's the problem, right? If you have bad debt, you're not free, bro. You're still brokey. So to be actually free, pay off all bad debt, bro.
Yeah. And then also, I'll say this real quick too, as far as the business line of credit, Justin. That's something that's a really good point. Guys, understand that a business line of credit does not affect your personal credits, which is a fucking game changer. So let's go ahead and break this down for y'all real quick, give you guys some game. Start a business. Once you start that business up, go ahead and get a line of credit, all right, under that LLC. Once you have that line of credit under that LLC, you'll be able to spend and incur debt on that without necessarily attacking or hurting your personal credit profile, which is going to allow you to preserve
It'll help
that.
your personal.
Yeah, it'll help your
It'll
personal.
help your personal, and it'll put debt on your balance sheet for the business.
Yeah.
So basically, it'll fix your personal problem.
Yeah.
And then you let the business pay it off in time at a lower interest rate, and that's what I was getting to. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it'll help you, man. A lot of times, guys. The thing is, in the beginning, right, for your first business, they're going to use your personal credit to go ahead and secure it. But after you do this for a bit, you'll be able to go ahead and start putting all your charges on your business. And honestly, if you're smart, you could do this in a way where you almost carry zero debt personally. You carry it all in your business.
And so that would actually give you a raise at work. So if you have a $10,000 debt, right, and you start a business and you start writing off your car, and then you write off a certain amount of your house, your mortgage, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that's actually going to put more money in your pocket from your main W-2 job, which would allow you to pay that $10,000 off substantially easier, because when you go to get taxed on your W-2 income, you're going to pay less taxes when it flows through to your K-1.
Facts.
On the 1040. So like really starting a business is one of the best things you could do, period. And it's just a paper play. In fact, any of you guys that join the war room in the next 48 hours, we're doing a special Zoom call.
Yes.
And I'll go over the whole fucking thing with you, bro. I'll fix that problem quick. It's only 10 grand, G.
Yeah.
Like real fast. Boom. We can fix that.
And with business
That's
lines,
nothing.
here's another little pro tip for y'all. Business lines of credit, they will go ahead and give you high limits.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, right?
Yeah.
They're a little bit more favorable with letting you, take out a cash out advance if you need it, depending on what kind of credit card you get. And sometimes it might be able to help you with a pinch. So these are all things that are available to you when you have good credit. And I tell you guys all the time, good credit. I would rather have good credit than have a lot of cash. Honestly,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
like
Absolutely.
it's people tell you like. Here's the other thing too. I know what Dave Ramsey says. Oh, all debt is bad.
Dave
blah,
Ramsey's
blah,
a
blah,
pussy, bro.
blah. He's risk averse.
Yeah.
He's risk averse. And the thing is, guys, with being risk averse is there's nothing wrong with it. You can go ahead and save your way to, being a millionaire in 30 fucking years. But last time I checked, if you guys are watching podcasts like this, we grab life by the fucking horns and we go after it. Okay. We're not sitting here hoping for fucking 5, 6, 7, 8% returns, compounding interest for 30 years, depending on a 401k. We're about making this fucking money right now, getting double-digit ROIs, and actually being able to enjoy this money in our fucking youth while we still can.
Facts.
Okay. If you guys want to go ahead and, you know what, I want to go and get a 3% return, I'm going to invest in the S&P 500 and be safe. That's fantastic, guys. I'm diversified. I'm in the S&P 500 too, but I'm not stupid to sit there and think, yo, this is going to make me rich. No. By the time you actually get to use that fucking money, inflation is going to kill it anyway.
And that's the point right there, is that you can't save your way to really being wealthy anyway. By the time you save $1 million, $1 million is not going to be worth shit.
Bro, you want to buy a Lambo at 50 years old, drive that Lambo at 50? Hell no. What's the point of that, bro?
Yeah.
She's dead already.
Thanks. Do you have anything to go on that?
Yeah, I want that shit now. I want that now.
Yeah, man.
50.
So you're not going to save yourself to being rich, guys. The only way to really get rich is you got to start a business, make the money fast, and then you put that money into assets that's going to make increase your net worth, which for me was real estate, but there's other ways to do it as well. There's
Me
other
and
asset
Sneako
classes.
were talking about that today. There's kind of a formula of wealth. You make the money, and Myron, you were with me today when we were on that call with my tax guys. You make the money, you find a way to keep the money, and then you make it grow. So Myron's on the floor right now, but
He's crawling right now.
again, you make the money, you find a way to keep the money from taxes or other things, and then you find a way to make that money grow. And a lot of times just doing something like putting in an S&P 500, that's great and everything to grow over time, but you better be beating that inflation rate, man. Because if you're not, then the money, you can have $1 million, but it won't buy you anything.
Is crypto a good way to avoid the inflation rate?
I think crypto is a good thing to buy. I think I've put over 350,000 in this year myself, and if it drops any more, it's going to be multiple 6 figures in again.
Yeah, putting it in a bank is an L.
Yeah, but
Right
I
now.
wouldn't put it in a shitcoin. I mean, I'm talking about Ethereum and Bitcoin, and I'm not really trying to move it. So I would not advise like trading a bunch of it unless you're doing that full time, and I just don't have time.
And I would say the more you increase your circle, your network, there's certain accounts you can put your money in, double, triple, quadruple, but you got to know the right people.
Case in
those
point,
accounts.
man. We all network hard. We all know our boy Miguel. If Miguel basically tells me when to buy crypto.
Yeah.
Because we're friends. Because if I see Miguel in Vegas, I'm buying that motherfucker a steak because he's first of all, he's my fucking friend. Number two, I know he's got my back if I ever have a question or I need anything, man. And that's the base of network. You find out over time, man, there's specialists in all these different things, man. And if you can share values and you can share things with each other, then it works out that networking can make you both rich, because maybe I have something he needs, he's got something I need. We barter in the way of information, and we both get rich. So I wait for that message from him all the time. In fact, I sat there and watched him move like 250K when we were in Tahoe.
Hex
with
gang.
Rolo. Hex gang, we are.
Building Hex gang. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I'm not saying I'm a Hexagon, but bro, I trust Miguel in every way.
Yeah.
Truly.
So Jet with the troll comment goes, do y'all think you're wasting your time about success when the real power and control is probably on an island right now doing whatever dark stuff they can imagine? No one's doing anything to stop them. Listen, bro. Listen, number one, that was a very
stupid
comment. And the thing you got to understand is that this isn't about controlling the world. This is about controlling your fucking life. The reality is a lot of you guys are not in control of your life. Someone has to tell you when to fucking come to work. Someone has to tell you when you could fucking eat food. Someone has to tell you when you could potentially even use the bathroom and when you can go ahead and leave. That is not fucking control. We want you guys to be able to control your life, which is why we go against the grain on a lot of traditional financial mindsets. Oh, avoid that, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. If you really want to live a life of freedom, you need to do shit that other people aren't willing to do. You need to take risks.
And I think this is a dumb question, because this is not wasting time talking about success. It's realizing that these are the people with all the real power and control, are people on an island doing rituals with kids, doing satanic and then what could we do to act accordingly? How can we have and maximize all the power and control and make as much money as possible once you realize that everything is against us and that the people that make all the decisions are on an island right now doing crazy shit with some kids? So once you realize that, what can you do to act accordingly? And I was just having this conversation with Fresh and with Justin. They were saying that I should not spend as much time talking about that because, and the kind of like you in the chat, you are trying to talk about this too much. And instead of realizing what it is and taking the red pill and realizing that you need to take all the control and all the power into your own hands and live life to the fullest, because these are the people really behind the scenes with the most amount of power. So you could be a slave for them, or you can maximize your potential.
My thing is, let's say you do find a way to talk to these people on the island. What are you going to do? You can't do shit. I was telling Sneako earlier, having this knowledge is great and all, but bro, your life is what matters. What you can control is your life. You can't control people on an island doing things behind the scenes. All you can do is control your life, and that's how you win in life. So,
boom. You have anything, Justin, or I'll go to the next one here?
Go to the next one.
I own a granite fabrication business in VA. I made my first 200K profit at 22 and not comfortable and fell off. And got comfortable and fell off. I'm back on track now, but what can you guys suggest for me to get back there and improve my business? My friend, you just need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's really, if I'm going to break it down in a nice, concise sentence, that's what it is. The problem is that a lot of you guys chase comfort. Once you achieve that comfort, you sit there in that comfort and you're not comfortable being uncomfortable, which is why you sit there being fucking comfortable, if that makes sense for y'all. Okay? So you got to learn how to be uncomfortable and bask in it, man. That's where the excellence is made. All right? A lot of the time, success simply comes down to who can be uncomfortable longer.
And also, how bad you want it. Because if you want it really badly, you're not going to ever give up.
Yeah.
Or let it go.
That's the truth, man.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, bro, you got to look at it like, and also start hanging out with richer people. Right now, hanging out with the Tate brothers, I thought, oh, I'm doing well. I'm a multi-millionaire, whatever the fuck it may be. Yo, compared to these guys, I'm fucking broke.
Yo, the cars in the parkway, bro.
Yeah.
It's like 7 cars you're not even driving.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the? Dude,
ET supercars.
Dude, Justin's on a phone call making money moves. I'm like, bro, what am I doing here? Just sitting here watching videos, researching? No, Justin's making money on the fly.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You got to hang out with people that make more money than yourself.
Yeah.
Like me and Fresh are multi-millionaires and we're still inspired being here. You know what I mean? Sneako's here hanging out with us. He's on his way to his first million right now.
1,000 there.
Yeah, he's right there. He's literally right there. So guys, you literally, as you level up, you need to level up your friends alongside it if your friends aren't leveling up alongside you. That's the cold hard reality. And this is why, again, this is why the war room is so great, because you have how many 130 verified millionaires in there?
130 in that room, yeah.
Yeah, that's
right. And it ain't no bullshit millionaires, like proof on paper,
verified,
liquid.
Yeah,
liquid,
guys. And not only that, they take your bank statements and shit like that to make sure.
It's funny. It could be as simple as you sitting in somebody's car and saying, you know what, one day I'm gonna have this car. Or for example, you know what, your friend has a watch. You put the watch on. One day I have this watch, and that right there could change your life. Just one instance.
And that's putting your ego aside. Most people, what I've realized from starting to stream, most people will look at that, look at the nice watch, look at the nice car, and make excuses and say they got lucky.
Materialistic.
They're stupid. They're too materialistic. They focus on the wrong things. They must have robbed somebody. They did a webcam business. They'll make excuses and they'll cope and they'll justify their place in life instead of putting their ego to the side and being uncomfortable. Okay, I see that watch. I see Fresh walking outside Miami with all his jewelry on. Instead of being like, Fresh is probably just scamming, bro. I want to get that too. How do I do that? How do I learn from you? Put your ego to the side and get to it. That's really the number one thing that I see young people miss because they think that they're so important and they don't know how to put their ego down.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a Bible verse that says, ask and you shall receive.
Mhm.
If someone has something that you want, ask a question. Yo, bro, sorry to bother you. Just got to know. What do you do for a living? How can I do that as well? It's that simple.
Yeah.
And they might just tell you.
And guys, right now we can just hit 10K live viewers. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the Facebook stream and the Twitch and Twitter stream. So come on over to YouTube, okay, guys, so that we can go ahead and give you all this sauce because you guys are getting a lot of great advice right now from three guys that kind of know what the hell they're doing. Do we know everything? No, absolutely not. But I think we'll be able to help a lot. We're in a position right now to help a lot of you guys out there.
By the way, like the video, sub to the channel. We're almost at 1 million subscribers. We need 75K more subscribers. So shout out to y'all, man. And then follow Sneako and JWALLER as well on YouTube.
Absolutely. So we got a pretty good question here from Pyro. And you know what, Pyro? I'm in a very similar situation, so I'll help you with this one. He goes, I have a Middle Eastern name, hard to pronounce. I find it hard to network or date as they can't remember the name or even pronounce. Showing my name won't work. Is it a good move to change my name for networking purposes? Let me tell you something, my friend. As you guys know, my name is Amru Fuddle. That is my government fucking name. I've been doxxed a million times, okay? That name is a nightmare, and a lot of people can't pronounce it. I remember as a kid, when it was, they do the attendance in the beginning, my name was at the top. And the teacher would look at it and be like, "Oh my God, it's Amru," whatever I'd answer before, because I knew that I was, no one's gonna know what the fuck it was, right? And then I took that, I went into high school and middle school, really self-conscious about it. Oh, you could call me Andrew, whatever it may be. Then I realized, what the fuck am I doing?
Stupid.
No, it's actually Amru. Fuck that shit, and that's my real name. And I want you guys to understand that the reason why people can't pronounce it or they don't know it is because you haven't earned that fucking shit yet. That's the reality, okay? If you're fucking somebody, they should be making sure before they meet you, how do I pronounce his name? That's when you know that you got it. Fast forward about 15, 20 years later, right? 15 plus years later, I'm working for the U.S. government, Special Agent Homeland Security Investigations. I had one of the biggest cases in the fucking country. Okay, it was a national security case that was involving the smuggling of a certain country type of people. Okay, I'm not going to go into crazy detail about it because I think it might potentially still be active. But that case, I got a director's award for it, and it's up for a Department of Justice U.S. Attorney's Award right now, guys. Attorney General Award. And let me tell you guys something. When I was in the agency and I was working, everyone knew my fucking name because I had a big ass case. So they didn't sit there and be like, "Oh, let me call you. What's your nickname or whatever?" No, they got it right. They said, "Hey, this is this guy's name, etc." And they call me by my name. You need to
We're
Bam,
back.
there we go. We're fucking back, guys. They fucking thought they could stop us, but they can't. Don DeMarco for us coming back on the internet.
Who's in the chat?
All right, so guys, real quick, like I said before, if you have an unusual name, it's fine. Go ahead and make yourself a fucking somebody so people are scared and have the fear of God in them to pronounce your name wrong, okay? I know so many people that were CEOs, people that had big positions, and no one got their fucking name wrong because they checked with 3 different people before they went and addressed that individual. You need to be that fucking guy. And then, Justin, you made a really good point when it comes to sports on last names.
Yeah, man. If you think that you have a different name and nobody's gonna learn it, watch an NFL game, bro.
Damn.
They don't get those boys' names wrong. Sometimes they have different names and they pronounce them perfectly. And that's because they did exactly what Myron said. They became a person that people wanted to know and understand how to actually pronounce her name correctly. So I think that's one of the best points made tonight so far is that you can become somebody that somebody wants to learn something about you and get it right. Make them get it right.
Even at networking events, let's say, for example, there's someone very important in the room. Before you go talk to him, you be like, you know what? Yo, bro, what's his name again? Just so you get it right, so you don't mess it up.
And then also, I want to make this very clear, guys. The reason why I didn't use my government name when I started the YouTube stuff is we got to remember that I was also still working for the government at the time. I had a clearance. I was actually investigating that big case I just literally told you guys about before I resigned. So I couldn't sit there because if you use my real name and you Google it, cases come back. You go look at criminal complaints on cases that I've done. So that's the reason why I use the name Myron. A lot of you low IQ individuals. Yeah, like, oh, Myron, why do you use Myron then if you're so proud of your name? I am proud of it. It's just that I didn't want you guys knowing what the fuck I was doing. I had to maintain some level of privacy while I was still on the internet working these cases, man. So that's why my name is extremely unique, so you can find it immediately.
I got a white ass name. Just call me Fresh.
Fantastic. We got here $100 from Paul Castines.
Same shit for me. I mean,
Oh, no, we read
Sneako'S
this one
not
before.
my government name, obviously, but I have a really long, complicated ass name.
What's your name?
Was it a nice shot?
Glenn Morris goes, taking my Series 66 tomorrow to become a registered financial advisor. You guys push me every day to be a better man. God bless. We got you, my friend. We got Evolve G. Thank you for helping so many men. Appreciate that.
Many men.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go ahead and, you guys have anything you want to add real quick? Because I'm going to go ahead and have to pull up the chat since we went down. Sorry, guys, for that. The internet went out. Yeah.
I guess I can ask a question like, what do you think is a guy's number one excuse to not make it and be successful? Because we hear people ask us all the time, yo, Justin, yo, Sneako, yo, Myron, how to become successful? Like, I see you doing your shit, bro. Like, I want to be like you, but like, I don't feel like I can make it. What's the one thing you could say that like holds people back, you would say?
I think it's their ego. I've been talking about this the whole time. I think it's people making excuses and people defending the matrix that they're in and people defending the system that's holding them back because they would rather not admit that everybody at the top is just ultimately trying to control you and take away all the power that you have. Once you realize, and what I think is a very important part of the red pill, is realizing that power is what controls the whole world. Power is what runs everything. So everybody at the top is just trying to decide how much power they give to the normies and the little simpletons in the middle. And once you realize that power is what everybody is ultimately seeking, and we decide how much we can give away.
Well said. Justin?
Look, in regards to what he said is I think the government looks at everybody like a whole group of sheep, and that if you decide to run and go against the grain, they're not going to stop all the sheep that they're currently controlling just because 1 or 2 little sheep ran off and created their own lives for themselves. So that's number one. Know that if you think against the grain, that it's not as scary as you think it is, that you can go live a life that you really want to live, and they don't have time to come after you directly, especially if you're not out in the public. Go grab that life that you want by the horns because they're not going to stop the whole rodeo just to run down one sheep that got away. Yeah. So they're moving people in large packs. So you can go against the grain and you can move quickly. So you, like we were talking about, we're like, even though we might know how the matrix works, you're not going to build an army that's going to meet the force of any like major country or change something in some kind of revolt or anything like that. But what you can do is get a second passport. Right. What you can do is learn the tax code.
Playing the game properly.
Yeah, just play the game properly so you can move and shift throughout this world and live a life that's on a very, very, very high level. In fact, in some cases, a higher level than some people that are A-list celebrities. Right. Because yeah, they might be on an island with little kids, but I'm on a yacht with a bunch of 10s and nobody's fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? So understand that you can create the life you want, but you have to go ruthlessly take it.
I think that's the biggest part, that the original question was like, what holds most people back? And how I see you guys live your life in
fear.
It's fear holds you back.
Yeah.
But you guys live life like you're playing GTA.
Yeah.
Like you got all the cars, you do what you want, you're in the gym, you're fucking these, but you say whatever the fuck you want to her, you don't care about her feelings. If she cries, you don't care. life is a game. And when you stop caring too much about the stuff that they're telling you to be scared of and manipulating you based off of fear and emotion, when you let go of that and you play life like a game, the world is at your fingertips and you can do whatever you want. That's the biggest thing that people don't understand. They realize they feel like they have to fit in to what society's telling you to fit in. You have to fall in line and be a cog in the machine. And once you step out of that and play life like it's a game with sticks, then you can get to the top. Then you can play all the cheat codes. Then you can get multiple passports. You can get the driver's license. You can figure out how to put your money in the right places.
Exactly.
How to avoid taxes the proper way. All of that is a game.
Yeah. And that's why networks are so important, because what happens is that you get brought up a certain way. And then you get in a group or you get some kind of information and you try to go in this new direction, but your brain will mentally want you to veer back to the pack, because that's human. But being in a group of people that keep you on the right path to go your own way, like, yeah, you can get away from this. You can get away from this, because without a group of guys holding you to that flame, you're just going to naturally veer back into the group of sheep. Yeah. So that's why networks are so important. And I know that's what we started the show talking about. Networks keep you on that path that you know in your heart that you're supposed to follow. And so anytime you feel weak, you get really, really deep back into that network and you get yourself back on that right path again. And that's what you really want, because that's what leads to freedom.
I think most people know what they need to do. They just don't do it. And my biggest problem back in the day was procrastination. So what happened is I will watch a video, get inspired, like, yeah, bro, I'm going to do this, start this business tomorrow. And then nothing happens. And I'm like, wait, hold on. I know what I got to do. I'm inspired, but like, I don't do it. And what I would do is I would go to my computer, turn my game on, and grind all day on Cabal, League of Legends, all that stuff, right? I was like, damn, I'm still on square one, not progressing. But then it hit me in an instance. Bro, if I keep going on this path, grinding online, I'll win online, but not in real life. And I got a motorcycle accident where I almost died. I was like, bro, I could have died today. And that was it. That life moment changed my life forever. So my thing is, like, procrastination affects all of us. However, we need it as much as you want to breathe to be successful and actually win in life. But I'm telling you right now, bro, nothing else matters other than being successful, having a good network.
Luca R goes $20, have 10K save and want to start my online business, deciding between staying in Miami, working my minimum wage job, quitting, moving to a cheap Eastern European country, and going all in my online business. That comes down to personal preference, my friend. What are y'all thoughts on that?
10K enough to really make that decision? I think you got to keep grinding.
It's a start, but now, bro.
Yep. Okay. So I got some of these chats that we missed before from when we got attacked by the Matrix. So we got here. I have an art company. This is from BCD 5-star goes. I have an art company, Black Azale Art. Do you think it's worth it? And do you think I can gain capital this way? An art company, bro? Oh man. I mean, guys, art isn't really lucrative, man. And you're gonna, and then if you think like this, you definitely can't share your opinions. If you're watching our kind of content and you want to get into the art world, bro, you better keep your mouth shut. That's gonna be hell for you.
Another thing about the art world, you want to talk about working with the elites, man. A lot of this bullshit art, people basically finger painting and buying $500 million pieces. Those are tax breaks, man. Yeah. That game is played on a very large, high level. The same people that are getting their yachts taken away from them in Dubai because they're Russian are the same dudes buying that kind of art. So it's very unlikely that you'll get in those kind of circles, man. So I would keep that in consideration. If you're an artist for art and you really love the game, that's beautiful, man. You can do that. But realize at that level, it's a business thing. It's more bureaucracy, politics. It's almost geopolitical when you get into the major art game. Yeah. You know, because it's really just a tax write-off. It's a different level, man. When you talk about they on an island, that art game is actually involved in that.
Epstein was a big art collector.
Yeah, bro, and there's a reason why, bro. Because it's like your fucking ugly ass finger paint. No disrespect to your art, but I'm just saying that that's a game where you got to know people on a serious level when you're also, you know, like counting votes, senators, that kind of shit.
The artists I know have built very strong relationships, and it comes with time, persistence, and networking. So
Anonymous 1 goes, I'm 20 and started working in trade, but I still want to have freedom. How can I grow my network with the right people inside and outside the workforce?
Get outside, man. Leave your house. Go to events. Meet people.
I would say the best way is online communities, is Discord communities, is finding people that you connect with online. It's hard to find that in real life. The best place for me personally is finding people online.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, this is honestly, guys, I don't want to sound like a broken record here, but this is where the war room comes in critically. You know what I mean? It's you're getting in with like-minded people that view the world from an objective lens. Fuck my feelings. I gotta go ahead and perform, and if I don't perform, I'm gonna get fucking kicked out this shit. It is what it is. You know, you need to be around like-minded people that hold your feet to the fire. You need the Matrix attacking again. Oh no. Okay, I think we're good. That was just our monitor turning off. But that you need a community around you guys. You need a tribe. I tell you guys all the time, don't be vulnerable around women. But if you find the good friends, guy friends that understand your struggle, those are the guys you be vulnerable with. We got Trippy, $50. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all helping men wake up. Quit school a year ago and did 6 figures in profit in the last 3 months. Shout out to HU and Creativity Kit. Yes, my friend, shout out to you.
And Creativity Kit is really doing well right now. 3 calls a week, 4 p.m. That's a great place. If you don't want to get in the war room, if you want to pay $50 a month and just learn how the back end of social media, and the war room is more for pushing guys to be at their best. The Creativity Kit is all the ways you can hustle and make money on social media.
Bam. And then the war room is very diversified, guys. You know, if you want to get into real estate, you want to get into owning businesses, you want to get into getting passports, you get traveling, having a network of individuals on almost damn near every continent, you know, in a motivating group. That's somewhere
even
you can
dating as well too. So
yeah,
everything's in there.
You know, and then obviously Sneako has a very good how do I say this?
Knowledge of the algorithm.
Yeah, knowledge of the algorithm and specialty when it comes to social media marketing.
I grew up on this.
Yeah.
Different.
Okay, Trippy 2K goes. Appreciate you helping men wake up. Quit flight school year, going to 6. No, sorry, my bad. $100 from FT3. Shout out to you guys for waking so many of us up. We're just going through life knowing I had a safety net from family. Working as exotic car sales here in Miami. Went from 125K last year to on pace for 250K this year. We'd love to sell you guys your next cars. I'm not in the market for a car. I don't know if any of you guys are.
Hey, DM me.
Yeah, DM me too. I know it's going to crash soon. I'll pick one up off of one of these broke boys from crypto.
Yeah. And then once again, it's about building relationships. So you got to start, which is the reach out, which is this pretty dope. But over time is about building relationships. So yeah.
Okay. And then we got FT3. Shout out to you guys. No, we got Sheldon. Can y'all give us a 101 on how to start making content, specifically videos on YouTube, strategy, equipment, editing, etc., specifically as a personal trainer / improvement for men? Appreciate y'all.
You got it, Sneako.
That's all in the Creativity Kit. You have to learn how to utilize the TikTok algorithm. TikTok is where everybody's short attention span is going to. Everybody's getting dumber and slower, and they don't want to go watch a whole YouTube video for someone they don't know. But it's more likely they're going to scroll on their phone like this for 4 hours and pop up, and you're going to be on their feed. So if you know how to be entertaining in 10 seconds, if you know how to speak correctly, if you know how to edit it properly, if you know how the algorithm works, that's the way to do it. And the best place to learn how to do it is the Creativity Kit. The method has worked. I have 3 billion views on #Sneako in maybe 2-3 months. 3 billion views on #Sneako. I'm doing something right, so we'll teach you how to do that. If you want to utilize the TikTok algorithm, it's Chinese brainwashing, but you can use it to your advantage.
Bam. And then we got here, this message is for Justin. I live in Florida. I'm a sales manager for a car dealer and buy and hold real estate. I've heard you and the whole team mention the war room several times. What are the requirements for the war room? This is actually a great question. $100. Thank you so much, my friend.
Marco.
Be a man that wants to pay attention, get better, that wants to be pushed into a little bit of uncomfortableness, and that can follow directions and wants to contribute. Just so you know, there's a room completely dedicated to real estate in the war room. I advise you get in there. We review people's deals. We look at cap rates, net operating income, the cost of debt, everything you need to do due diligence in a very deep way. I went through a guy's deal. He sent me a direct message and said, hey, I'm looking at buying this deal. I underwrote the deal myself for him because it was a big deal for him. So I stopped everything I was doing and underwrote the deal myself. So that's kind of how we got each other's back in the war room. In fact, there's rooms for business in almost every regard, whether it's crypto, real estate, sales, everything that you need to know about business is in the war room, in addition to everything else that comes. So yeah, man, if you're in real estate, you should definitely join the war room just for that room. That room alone somewhere else is probably 10 grand a year. So if you're in real estate or sales or anything of that nature in business, the war room has multiple rooms just for you. There are independent rooms in the war room that make it worth the war room membership alone.
Yeah.
And women included. So
bam. We got here, Dash Hit Craig goes, $50, fellas. I'm a blue collar father of 4 boys. At 30, I left their mother because she's a bum and left her for a woman 15 years older than me that has no kids and wants to buy rental properties and help me raise boys into men. My point is don't give up. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess she served their purpose better than the other one. The other one was just, I guess, a distractor.
I'll say something to that though. I mean, we say older, and I even kind of turned my head when you said older, but really, guys,
I didn't value, man.
My thing is that what I hope to give my own sons is I hope to give them truth and let them really know how the world is. And then with that truth, they go create choice for themselves. So if I tell my son, hey, listen, this is how the world works, this, and this, and I teach him everything he can, and I tell him, hey, listen, I've taught you this, now you can go become competent. Once he becomes competent and has all those things in place, then he has choice, because choice is really freedom. So if the dude chooses to be with a woman a bit older than him, fine, so be it. Would I choose to do that? No. Clearly, Sneako wouldn't either. But if it makes you happy, man, what you don't want is to be forced into a life of staying with that bum bitch that you were with. That's what you don't want. You don't want to be forced into something you don't want to do. You want freedom.
Cage Jackson goes, hey, Myron, glad you're feeling better. You were talking like your breath smelled like train smoke. Yes, my friends, it was tough. Matt F and F in Dallas talks to Justin about War Room. I'm the barbarian that lives on the farm in Texas. Sneako, you next. LMAO, any videos you'd suggest watching teach about making surplus money from the War Room? And that's from Afro Mensa, Justin.
Just join, bro.
Yeah, man, just join. I feel like not only are you going to make money working with guys from the War Room, but there's so much money and so many mistakes that you're not going to make because you were there in those halls. So get in there quickly. The War Room's not going to stay at the price it is, man. It is absolutely not going to stay there. And if anything, if you can't afford it right now, send me a DM tonight and we'll lock your price in. So you can lock your price in for 1/10 of the cost and make sure that when the price goes up, it doesn't go up on you. So it's almost like buying a War Room Bitcoin in a way. Get at me tonight.
Yeah, not only that, guys, it's only for 48 hours. So if you want to go ahead and get into the War Room, and we're going to run a Zoom call actually specifically only for people that take action in the next 48 hours and join the War Room through us. We're going to go ahead and give you guys an exclusive, basically like an onboarding call where we're going to, you know, and Fresh Fit will be there. Me and Fresh will be there. And we're going to talk to y'all about the War Room. We're going to give y'all some sauce, give you guys some advice, whatever may be on anything you guys have, whether it's dating, real estate, whatever it is, making money, anything.
Cars, networking.
It's going to be an open Zoom call, man, with all of us. Okay, Fresh, it's time, bro. And this is from Fresh BBC. We good at clapping cheeks, but I'm trying to get husky big, homie. We literally accomplish everything in life, but we need to finally that final infinity stone to conquer the world once and for all. Let's go. Okay. CJ Cool 28 goes, hey, Fresh Fit fam, I love y'all. Quick question. I'm 19, making 17 an hour with unlimited overtime opportunity, which I take full advantage of. What kind of opportunity should I look for in Pennsylvania to get my journey started? You want to take this one, Sneako, since you're close to your age?
Say one more time.
He's basically 19, making 17 an hour with unlimited overtime opportunity, which he wants to take advantage of. What kind of property should I look for in Pennsylvania to get my journey started? Oh, he said, what kind of property?
You're the property guy.
Okay. So in Pennsylvania,
man, it doesn't matter. You know the deal, man.
Yeah.
Get that 2 or 4 plex on the FHA. Yeah. And work all the fucking overtime you can at that age.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
So here, I'll give you guys a quick little roadmap to do this, man. Go ahead. Your first property, it's called, and Fresh actually did this to get his first property, man. It's called house hacking. Get that FHA loan, 3.5% down. Get into that property. The key, though, is you need to do it with a duplex, triplex, or fourplex. Why do you need to do it this way? You need to do it this way so that your tenant that you have in that unit that you're not living in offsets and or covers your mortgage costs. And preferably, if you can get some cash flow off of it, it's a W. The goal is to live for damn near little or free and make some money alongside it if you can. Then you make it work for a year. Don't commit fraud and live in it for 6 months, or don't live in it, guys. They're going to come after you for that shit. Live in it for 6 months, and then you can do it again.
And here's the beautiful thing about that. If you do that, then you can go depreciate that property on a depreciation schedule, and then you can put that depreciation against your W-2 income where you're working all that overtime.
Facts. And also do it now when you have no kids, no pressure, no real obligations. Live in the property, gain value, and then do it again and again and again until you have multiple properties doing the same technique.
And guys, you got to remember, it's not where you buy, is the deal good, okay? You can buy a deal in fucking downtown Los Angeles, you know, and if the numbers work, the numbers work. It doesn't matter, you know? Now, we tell you guys how to optimize buying in states like Florida, states like Texas, states like Nevada, states that are relatively cheaper, where your money's going to go further. You can get better tenants. They're more landlord-friendly versus being tenant-friendly. You can't evict them, etc. But that does not mean that you can't find a fantastic deal in a state like California or New York or Massachusetts, these places that are typically, or Michigan, Detroit, one of the worst rental markets ever. You can still find good deals in those places. It's just that you really need to do your due diligence and do what? Underwrite the deals. Justin, can you talk real quick about underwriting deals and what that entails?
Yeah, so any deal can be it's a very non-emotional decision. So let's say you're looking at a property and you think the price is high. We were actually just talking about this with 2 units you're looking at in Miami.
Yeah.
And you said, I think the price is high. And my response was, yeah, okay, but what were the rents? because really, if you take the purchase price and you look at the rents and then you look at the expenses and then you get a net operating income, which is basically like a profit on a P&L.
Yep.
And you divide that net operating income by the purchase price, you get the cap rate.
Yeah.
And so you basically know whether the property is going to cash flow or not. Then the next thing you need to look at is debt service. So if you have purchase price and then you have income and then you have expenses, and again, you get to net operating income, and then you say, okay, well, if I put 20% down or 5% down or whatever, what's my mortgage going to be? And then you put that against the net operating income to get your net. And then you know whether the property is going to make money or not. And if it's not going to make money based off the income, then you need to lower the purchase price. It's that simple. It's very non-emotional. You can back into the math without even thinking about it. And you send the offer out based on what the property performs at. For example, if I were going to sell you a business and you said, man, there's a whole, like, your marketing plan is really shitty. I think that once I buy this company, I could make the company twice as much money. You're not going to pay me to make my marketing situation better. You're going to pay me for what my P&L says my company is doing.
Yep.
And it's the same thing in real estate. So if the purchase price on those particular properties, let's say, are too high because the properties are not spitting out cash flow, a strong net operating income and good cap rate, and the debt service can be covered with a profit, then you're not going to buy it at the $1 million. You're going to buy it at $800,000. It's a very non-emotional decision. There's plenty of ways you can join the war room. I'll teach you how to do it tomorrow.
Yep.
I'll teach you how to underwrite a whole fucking deal tomorrow. Now we're looking at things in due diligence, and there's a whole list of things to look at in due diligence.
Yeah.
You know, like, where are the schools? Where's the nearest Starbucks? What is the avatar of my tenant look like? Where does this person work? Do I like the market in which this person is going to work? Do I trust the market? Do I trust Miami? No, it's sugar babies and crypto. Don't want to buy in Brickell and hope that somebody's going to rent. Do I like it in Georgia? Yeah, there's a big car plant there, and that's not going away. Do I like it in Baton Rouge? Yeah, the Mississippi River's there, and there's plants there. Do I trust where this person is going to work? So there's all these mathematical things, and then there's the things that are kind of on the side, but it's very non-emotional. And if you educate yourself, you can make a strong decision in any market and buy well in any market, whether it's Pennsylvania, Hawaii, or fucking Antarctica. But so.
And here's the thing: they're not going to teach you this shit in fucking school, guys. They're not, man. Like, it took me years to figure this stuff out. It took Justin a decade plus to figure this out with his business, blood, sweat, and tears. We can go ahead and take that blood, sweat, and tears from y'all, and you can go ahead and just fucking shortcut your way in. I mean, underwriting deals in itself. We talked about a bunch of different factors here, but if you was to go, you like, hey, I'm looking at this deal, etc. You give him the property address, he runs the numbers for you. Okay, this is how I figured this out. X, from A to Z, X to Y, whatever it is, we could do it up and down all the way. And this is how you analyze deals, guys. If it doesn't cash flow, just say no. But you got to understand, to figure out if it cash flows, you got to look at so many different factors. I can't tell you how many times people don't do their due diligence. They look at a deal, they think it's fucking good. They fucking buy the deal. Next thing they know, they're not making any fucking money on the deal. They got troublesome tenants. They didn't do their due diligence. They're losing money or barely making any money. And they're sitting there with their fucking dick in their hand hoping, well, I bought it in a good market. It's going to appreciate. If you buy a house for fucking appreciation, quite frankly, stupid. You're dumb as hell and you don't know what the fuck you're doing. This is why you need to get around people that are going to save you from making bad decisions like this. And the war room is full of a bunch of real estate investors.
Or all this was a cap rate.
Look, I'll look right now and see how many guys are in that fucking room. I'll tell you guys live how many guys are in that fucking room. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Where's that real estate?
This is what it's about, man.
I want to add to what Justin said as well. So Justin joined the war room because of that one thing he did. Guess what? Now he's here with us, meeting the Tates, being their best friend. Is like, bro, that one action he did by joining the war room changed his life. So
400 Sneako. How many members?
433.
Sheesh. 433 members, dude. And there's 50 of them in there right now. So you send your shitty deal over here and I'll tell you if it sucks or not.
There you go. And guys, literally, as we're speaking, like, Justin's going to start, like, as soon as we get off air, he's going to be responding, y'all. So this is an opportunity. Autonomous Music goes, freedom comes from seeing the ignorance of your critics and discovering the emptiness of their virtues. Andy Rand, shout out to Rollo. Absolutely, man. I do that every night with these dumb bimbos. I'm going to be great. Thank you for these podcasts. It helped me be the best version of myself as a man. I have strong faith, working hard and smart. Thank you, Fresh Fans Sneako. I'll see you guys soon. Absolutely, man. You got to take those words and turn them into fucking action.
Yep.
Lona Tanasi goes, glad to see you guys in Romania. You really need to have some traditional Romanian food. We had some earlier, actually. Jay,
just steaks.
I mean, it was made in a Romanian way. The food I had like something called salata.
I'm Tristan got sick.
I'll tell you what's Romanian about it. There's no fucking MSG in it.
We're acting like we're not eating KFC right after the show, or like
We're about to fuck
wait,
KFC.
traditional Romanian food.
Well, they are. I'm not
Order
doing
KFC.
Wait,
chat.
They are.
where's KFC?
It's in the bag.
Okay,
Stop the cap.
I'm ready.
Evening, gentlemen. A 24-year-old data scientist living in South Cali getting destroyed by tax and rent price. Any advice? What market sector I can dive into that is not saturated for a side business? E-commerce. Cheers. Jesus Christ. What are y'all thoughts about this? He wants to start a side hustle that's not too saturated.
Start learning how to edit or learn how to make Photoshop thumbnails. I would start getting into the social media space. I think there's a lot of money to be made. I think you could study the algorithm. That's the way I know how to do it. I know a lot of kids. I just hired a 14-year-old kid from Chicago full time. Kids in high school. He's making more than his older brother. He was so excited on the call. There's a lot of money to be made. Even Tristan was just talking about that. There's so many people that he's hiring in like the Philippines and all these other places where he's paying $3 to $7K a month just doing side hustles from the social media. There's a lot of money to be made there, and there's a lot of skills that people aren't tapping into that you could do behind the scenes for influencers.
Zeus goes, fresh. I have a 2021 Jeep Rubicon. You mentioned the car values will be going down, and I really need a truck for my job as I travel and have a dog. Ford Raptor, a decent truck to get into, or will those go down in value as well?
Ford Raptors do hold their value, but Justin, you're more of a truck guy than me. What would you say, Ford Raptor, or what truck would you recommend for work?
TRX.
I have a Ford Lariat. I think those Raptors are sick. I think that's like probably one of the biggest like country guy flexes you can have, to have a Raptor. But man, that's up to you, man. I mean, if you have, does he have a business?
I don't think he said.
Yeah, so if you don't have a business, man, let's keep it real. It's a liability. You know, if you can't write it off, I mean, trucks aren't assets in any way. Walt might be able to do it if he flips a car, but you know, it is a liability. If you don't have the disposable income or your business needs it, it's probably bullshit. I did buy a G-Wagon this year. It cost me 287 grand, but I need the fucking write-off. So I really think it depends on what position you're in. I mean, flexing in a truck, man, I think you could do it just as good in a King Ranch or a Lariat. I love my truck. I like my truck more than my G-Wagon, but it depends on where you are in life and if you like the truck or not, man.
I would say most cars don't gain you value per se. Meaning a lot of cars give you a benefit, but regular cars, bro, unless it's making you money daily, like a truck like that, I wouldn't invest in anything like that right now.
And a Raptor's not going to, man. Let's keep it real. If you're pulling some kind of load or some kind of trailer, it's for looks, man. Because if that truck was really making money at a minimum, it'd have a gooseneck on that motherfucker. I got plenty of trucks like that.
There you go.
Seto Kaiba, I want to use credit to buy a condo and put it on Airbnb in a place like Vegas or Austin to get into real estate. Is it a good idea?
Nope. You can't control the condo fees, man. So unless you own the association that's going to make the decision whether they're going to paint the building, do landscaping or not, you can't truly even underwrite that property like what I just said, because you have indirect costs that are out of your control. Do not buy a fucking condo.
And also those communities, these condo associations,
the HOAs.
They can say at any point in time, you know what? Stop Airbnb. We don't want that in our association. Get out of here.
Yep.
No, you're done.
Yeah.
So
don't buy a condo.
Yeah. And actually right here, Daniel Flips Vegas was asking, he said he has a pocket listing for a 2-bedroom condo in Vegas. We are going to list it at 100K, but if one of you or in the war room wants to deal, I'd be happy to send info. I'm on IG with the same name. Guys, here's the thing. Are there situations where a condo could potentially work? Yes, but I would argue 90+% of the time, most condos are a money suck. They're not good. The only way in my head I could think that even owning a condo would be worth it is if you actually buy it, live in it, it's your primary residence, and then you put a HELOC on that bitch and use it to buy other property. But even then, it's like,
I'm not saying I wouldn't buy one in a market that was going up like Miami. In fact, I looked at one the other day. It was $2 million, but I didn't look at it as an asset as much as I looked at it as a commodity.
Yeah.
Like if I own it for 5 years, it's worth $2 million now. It's probably worth 5 and let's say 10.
Yeah.
You know, but still, I wouldn't buy a condo.
Yeah, I mean, I think for most of y'all, it's a very, very heavy risk that might not necessarily be worth it. Yeah, go yes,
I would buy a condo, but I would buy it knowing that it's not an asset.
There you go.
Be educated about what you're doing.
Is
all I'm saying. Well, it could be for fun. It could be for flex. It could be for more of a commodity. So like if you buy a Bitcoin today and you hold it for said time, it might go up. But to buy it and believe that it's going to spit cash out for you, you're living a lie. Okay. So you're just not educated on, you wouldn't be educated on the subject, think that you're going to cash flow real big or you have control of that cash flow.
We've gotten this question about condos a lot. I mean, the thing about condos, guys, is I would say in most situations, it's not a good move though. I honestly, speaking out loud here, I think buying and living in it is probably better than trying to rent it to a tenant.
It's the only play because you cannot control your overhead.
Yeah, you can't.
You don't have control of your overhead in a condo unless you buy the entire building and then you own all of them and you convert to an apartment or whatever. You can't underwrite the deal.
Yeah, you probably because
Not with any control.
The HOA, like let me give you, because just to put this in perspective for the people so they see kind of like how bad condos can be, especially in major cities. Let's say you buy a condo in Miami. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you right now, HOA at the lowest is going to be $1,000 a month.
Mine was $1,600 if I'd have bought that $2 million condo.
Yeah,
$24,000 a year in insurance.
Guys, and HOA, just so y'all know, you don't get that money back.
Right.
Okay.
And it ain't your decision.
Yeah.
So even if you know today it's $1,600 and you underwrite the deal and you do the debt service and everything else, and you're like, oh perfect. Man, you could be perfect, man. Oh, I'm going to cash flow this. I'm going to have an 8% cap rate. I'm going to get a return. It's going to be awesome. And then 2 years from now, they double that, and then you're out, bro. It's over. And you can do not a fucking thing.
Here's an example. I was living in an apartment, in a condo in Brickell, right? They decided they're going to fix the roof of that building.
Exactly. Bro, that's exactly what I'm saying.
The freaking FHA, dude, the freaking rates went up so high. People trying to sell the condos as fast as possible. Because now, mind you, let's say your mortgage is like maybe 2-3 bands, right? But that added $1,000, bro. Most people can't afford it. Now you're screwed.
And if you're doing it as an investor, man, that would be a hell of a return on one door to make $1,000. But that would have wiped it all out just over one roof.
Yeah.
And that again, it's not your decision to make, and that's what makes it so dangerous. You're not holding you don't have the shot in game 7 if you buy a condo.
You're at the mercy of that.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, guys, do it for your own enjoyment. Live in that bitch, and then use it so that you can go ahead and secure something called a home equity line of credit, which most of the time you can get on your primary residence, which will allow you to borrow pretty much 70 to 80%, if I'm not mistaken, Justin, of the property's value.
75% loan to value on a HELOC probably.
Yeah.
And then the other thing would be is that if you live in it and you live in it for 2 years and it does go up like a commodity, when you sell it, you can be exempt from taxes with the homestead.
There you go. So those are some plays with a condo, even though it's a traditionally bad investment class. That's a way to, make the best of the situation. You want to ball a little bit, get some chicks to show up to your spot. You can go ahead, live in it, get that HELOC, and then that HELOC is going to be fantastic because you can borrow. Think of it as like a credit card attached to the equity in your home that you can use to buy other assets. Don't use it to buy Lambos. Use it to buy other assets. Then I can see, okay, this is a little bit better. But in general, guys,
I think it's an L.
It's an L.
It's a no
most of the time. But I'm just giving them plays because, dude, I get asked about condos so fucking much, and I keep telling them it's a bad investment in general. But I know people are going to want to know, oh, I want to do it. They're going to do it anyway.
People still do it.
I would consider this too. So not only are you going to pay that HOA, so $1,600 a month. Let's say the mortgage is $15,000 a month on that one I was looking at.
Yeah.
That extra $1,600 a month doesn't go towards the amortization or the principal or the interest on the property. So think of how much of a better of a property you could have bought with that extra $1,600 a month.
Yeah. Facts. Big facts.
You're throwing it away.
KLV Videos, $100 goes. Thank you for the advice and information. I just closed on a triplex off market well under the appraised value, and I appreciate the knowledge on cap rate and underwriting. I will send you a DM on Instagram. Good job, my friend.
Nice.
Closing on a deal, under appraised value is always fantastic. You bought the house with instant equity, which is always a W, especially in this housing market. Casper Gunderson goes, send $20. Justin, we spoke on DM yesterday, and you wanted to answer my question on live regarding my little brother and how to raise him on my own.
Yeah, man. So first of all, I'm sorry that your father's sick, man. God bless you. I saw you and the little boy on Instagram, bro. This is what I would tell you. It's a hard situation to be in. You wouldn't be in that situation if you couldn't help it. If you could not handle it. It's not your responsibility. However, I understand fully where you're at. I suspected when I first read the message that he was just a little bit younger than you, a couple of years. It looks like he is substantially younger than you. If your mother is alive, I say that you let her raise him until he's about 15, old enough to really understand what's going on, while you go build yourself as a man. Because just like when you're on that plane, bro, you got to put that mask on yourself first. If he was drowning, you wouldn't be able to help him unless you could swim. So if your mother is alive, let him be raised with her, spend as much time around him as you can until he's 15, and then you take her off his hands. You take him off of her hands. And at that point, you should have enough time to get your feet under you as a man. And so you can actually add value to him instead of letting him be a hindrance, and you're half the man that you would have been had you not let that time go by and develop yourself. So I would let her raise him until 15, man, and then go become the man you need to be, and then you come back and you come back strong.
Yeah.
Good
Got
luck.
a question for Sneako here. Good stuff, Justin. He goes, I'm a producer and I make beats. Should I try to monetize off my creative passions or put that on hold and make more money elsewhere? Money off music is slow to come in.
It's tough. It's tough to make money in the music industry right now. I would try to make money from other places and then funnel that into your music passion. But also right now, I think the best way to get money off of is TikTok. I think you should try to get a viral TikTok sound and then make people do a dance to it. That's the quickest way to go do it.
Bam. Gabe Roth goes, Sneako, just want to say awesome work. Enjoy what you well earned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
absolutely.
you, Gabe. That $50 just woke me up. Stop saying sleepo in the chat. I'm up now.
So they said sleepo.
Sleepo, bro. I mean, I came in from
Yeah,
Miami, man. I'm listening right now. I can't listen. Justin Waller is spitting a lot of game right now. And I haven't heard a lot of the stuff about real estate that I'm really trying. I was actually thinking about buying a condo, and now I feel like a brokey. So,
I mean, you could do it, man. It's just you gotta, if you're gonna do it, like those are the
no,
caveats.
I'm a bro.
Shut up.
No. I'm not being a brokey. I'm trying to get a your. I'm not. I want to be a baller. Fuck that.
And then let's see here. Hey guys, here, let me catch up. So I'll catch up on this stuff right here because a bunch of them came in. Napoleon said, never fight the same enemy over and over again because you will teach the enemy your best moves. Have you ever been undecisive and it came back to haunt you, Carlito's Way style?
What is Carlito's Way style? What's that movie from
I
the
think
70s?
that's
That's a boomer movie,
I think
you
the
know that.
90s.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody anything on that? No.
Nice chat.
I'm good.
Being indecisive fucks you up in general.
Fresh wants
Guys.
that chicken right now, bro.
Yeah.
Damn
Fresh
right,
thinking
nigga.
about fried chicken.
I
Damn
promise
right.
you, Fresh is real decisive about that fucking chicken, man.
Damn right, man. I'm starving.
All right, cool. So any I guess I'll start with Fresh and then work our way back.
Final thoughts?
I guess
Last
so.
thoughts?
I guess so. That's how y'all
My
look. So
man.
guys,
Okay.
like the video, by the way. We got 9,400 plus y'all in here, man. So please like the video.
I'll just say, man, no matter where you're from, you know, your race, color, you know, your background, you can have whatever you want. Now, we didn't make it to the level that we're at. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm just saying, if you want better for yourself, you can achieve it. And my thing is, look, if you want it, leave your comfort zone, get a mentor, you know, network with people that are on the path that you want to get on. And at some level, humble yourself and say, you know what? I don't know everything. I know what I know, and I know what I don't know. And I don't know what I don't know, which means people out there have information that I don't know. Humble yourself. You know what? I mean, need to pay some money to get into this group or this network. Pay the money, humble yourself, and learn as you go. And you'd be surprised. You learning from the people that have already made it, you shorten your learning curve, and as a result, you get further in life. For example, let's say you became a millionaire at 50 years old, right? People that taught you how to become a millionaire, teach you get there at 20, 30. And guess what? That jump cut, that shortcut, you stay 20, 30 years for yourself. So my thing is, bro, get out there, network, make connections, and get a mentor to help you surpass that learning curve. That's me.
All right. I got a good question here from Lucid Paralysis. He goes, I was a full-time interior architect during the week, weekends, pro photos, and YouTube animation / music in the evenings, grinding hard for a while, still not where I want to be. Any tips for pursuing multiple paths? Sometimes it's better to just focus on, 1 to 2 at most, man. You want to take that skill that you have, hopefully it's a high income skill, and really funnel it into something that's where you can demand more money for your time or your skill. 18 to 21, my brother and I are almost full-time electrical engineers. Good stuff, my friend. Been working on Forex for almost 2 years now, close to joining a prop firm. Schedule our day to where's working every 1 hour block in price. Please, we DM'd you. To every hour lock-in price, please, we DM'd you. I don't do Forex, guys, at all. I appreciate the offer, though. I grew up all my life not being around money. This is from Travis Ludwig. You guys are talking about specific strategies. Can you give me any direction into how I can learn a foundation of understanding basic financial literacy? Justin?
I really like George Gammon, if I'm being honest. But at times he's so fucking smart that I have to pause the video. So Robert Kiyosaki is probably a really good guy to go to. I think Grant Cardone is actually really good.
Yeah.
So
they help you think big.
Yeah.
Like Dave Ramsey will get you in your foot in the door about general financial literacy, putting money in envelopes and stuff like that. But if you want to like really kill it, man, you can't pinch pennies.
One thing that I do think is really important that I've thought for a long time is that understand that if you open your phone, whatever is on your feed is generally what's wired into your brain. So if you open that YouTube and you got a bunch of dumbass kids, no disrespect to any of the young guys, but if you got a bunch of people playing video games and shit, and not a bunch of real estate videos in your face that will inspire you, to educate you, because me and Myron talked about this on the 6 hour. A lot of times you guys don't take action. I love you, Sneako. A lot of you guys don't take action because you're scared, and the reason that you're scared is because you don't know what's behind the door.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you're not educating yourself full time on how money works, on how real estate works, you're never going to pull the trigger, because it's going to be out of fear.
Yep.
You know, so make sure that whatever is on your feeds is something that you want to become. And I think that'll help you out a lot.
If you really think about it, fear is like the root cause of failure. How many people like didn't try because they were scared of failing and they didn't fucking do it, and then bam, I'd rather be comfortable and sit here and eat Cheetos and live with my mom and shit. And that's why they're where they are, because they're scared.
Yeah, and they're like watching people play video games, or they're watching anime or some shit.
Yeah. So Jonathan, $10, thank you so much. And then go ahead, Justin. What's your last thoughts? Actually, no, we can close out with you. Sneako, what are your last thoughts? I know you guys want to get your chicken, so like the video, by the way, guys, please.
Last thoughts: put your ego to the side. It's okay to be uncomfortable. Put yourself in the right situations. Network like fresh. You never know when the right opportunity is going to come in front of you. For example, I met Justin Waller when we were out at the club. I was a little bit drunk. I had some. I don't need to say who I was with, but I was there.
He was doing quite well, guys.
I was having fun, and I didn't expect myself to be in that situation. But an entrepreneur is always being on the clock. I've seen Justin work, and we got dinner. We were out there hanging, having cigars, stuff like that. He's like, hold on, I got to take a call. Like, he's always on the clock. He's always working. He's always thinking about the business ventures that he has. Because if you want to make money on that level, it's not 9 to 5. It's just 24/7. So you can have fun, but you have to realize that fun and work can coincide. And when you figure out a way to do it at the same time, then you're winning.
Bam.
Bam. OKC Thunder goes, where do you think the future of the average man in the next 20 years is going to do? Y'all think the gap between the guys on top and the average man will rebalance
bigger
itself?
and bigger. The gap is getting crazy. So you need to act accordingly.
Agreed.
Now.
It's going,
that was the biggest thing I was scared of when I was a kid. I saw it. A lot of people in the chat were saying that they saw me start making videos in my mom's basement, and now I'm here in Tate's mansion. It's because I was afraid of that gap. I was afraid of getting left behind. So you can hear this right now and make a decision in your life that will change the entire trajectory of your kids, of your grandkids. You need to start making money now, because we were just talking about it with Tristan and everybody else. The men who are living the best life, like on average, a woman will have a better life than the average man. But the top 1% man, it's GTA.
As Andrew and Tristan would say, to have the have-nots, you got a choice to make where you want to end up.
Yeah.
Justin, you about to say something? I interrupted you.
beautiful.
Okay. And I think we're pretty much, there was one other chat that came through. I just want to make sure. And guys,
W in the chat, man. Like the video. This was a W Money Monday. Guys, you don't learn shit in school. No one's gonna tell you this shit personally. You learn it on the stream, but guess what? You hear the information, apply it, make it work for you. That's it.
Want to know, where do y'all think the animosity to people who are successful comes from? So many times I ran into people telling me I should have donated money, etc., yet I struggle to see them do such things themselves. This is such a good question. Anyone want to tackle this one first, or I could do it?
The animosity toward it's jealousy.
Yeah,
it's jealousy. I was just showing this Reddit post to everybody else earlier. People are so sad that they can't get girls, or they think that red pill people are they're terrible people because it's brainwashing, and it's jealousy. That's what all the people that hate us, that hate the Tates, they all look the same. It's just people who are sad and who have given up. It's jealousy for the fact that you can actually improve and be that top 1% man. Everybody wants to be that. I want to be that. I'm not there yet, but I just had my most successful month of all time, and it's because I've applied all this knowledge that I've heard online. So you got to realize this animosity towards successful people is just straight up jealousy. And when you realize that, you can choose. You can be complacent or you can be ambitious. And I know everybody watching this, deep down, you want to be ambitious.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Yeah, guys, here's the thing. When you're successful, what you're basically doing is you're shining a spotlight in those people's inadequacies. And when you do that, you're exposing them. When they're exposed, they feel uncomfortable. When people are uncomfortable, what do? They lash out and they talk shit. They do loser podcasts like L3, or they call themselves Lasanabi, whatever the hell it may be.
Literally, they lost I just checked their social media. They lost 10,000 subscribers.
They're always losing.
It's just going on the down.
Taking straight L's every time.
You need to spit knowledge out there. You need to encourage your audience, or else you're going to fall off. If you're encouraging complacency, then your podcast and your channel is going to be a good place, and it's going to fall off. If you're not growing, then you're falling behind. You need to constantly grow. Time, they explain it like if you're not growing, then you're deteriorating.
Absolutely. And guys,
Does that make sense? Or did I sound retarded? Did that sound retarded?
no, it sounded good.
Okay, that
sounded
was
good.
a little
It's fine. I got you right now. Basically,
I
you
want
know,
that chicken, basically.
no, okay. Fantastic. All right, guys. So, guys, get in the war room. You got 48 hours, man, to get in, and you're gonna go ahead and get into a Zoom call between me, Fresh, and Justin. We'll basically answer your questions. And yeah, it's an exclusive, only for 48 hours to get in. Justin's gonna be looking at DMs right now. So if you guys want to hit him up and talk to him, as you guys can see, he literally responds to his DMs. There was a very personal DM that came through here, and he was able to answer it live on air for y'all. So, yeah, guys, we got to be cognizant of our guest time, man. So we appreciate that. We'll catch you guys, probably Wednesday for Womanizer Wednesday, or maybe a special guest. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe. So other than that, guys, we'll catch you guys back here on Wednesday. Love y'all. Peace.
Peace.